Hi and welcome to this new Yin Yoga session. It's been a while, I was gone for a while, but here I am, and I hope you will enjoy my sessions again. Today we will do a wrist and ankle session. So if you are working a lot behind the computer, it will be very nice to do this, but it can also be quite hard. So always listen to your own boundaries, and I can stipulate that enough that you really have to listen to your body. Never push it. Push. We don't push in yin. If you think on a scale from 1 to 10, always stay on the safe side, like 4 or 5 regarding to the word pain. So never cross that border, because it's simply not so good for you. So we always are gentle in Yin Yoga. Let's begin, and make yourself comfortable. Can be lying down too, whatever you like. Then you place your hands on your knees, open or closed, or in your lap, and then you close your eyes, or you pick a point in front of you, whatever suits you best today. And then you take a couple of deep breaths in and out. Push it all out. Tuck in the belly. And breathe in again. Breathe in through the nose and breathing out through your mouth. All the way out. And if you like, you can even make some noise breathing out, just letting go of everything you do not need anymore. Perhaps even shake your hands. One more time. Breathing in and out. And then you return to your own personal, comfortable breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. Taking some time to come back to your own breath, your own rhythm. Try to follow that flow of breath. Breathing in through the nose, your throat, the lungs, the diaphragm, deep into your lower belly. Follow that airflow all the way down. Perhaps you do not feel that airflow comes so deep, and that's nothing wrong with. Just try to imagine that it flows all the way deep down into your abdomen. Even if you do not feel it, just try to imagine that. And if you breathe out, follow that flow of breath all the way up and out of your nose. Perhaps you can notice that the flow of air, when it comes in through the tip of your nose, is a bit cooler than the air that flows out, warmed up by your body and lungs. Perhaps you even feel the air flow through your up your upper lip. cool flow of air, breathing in and out. Notice your belly or your chest expanding as you breathe in. Notice your skin rubbing against your clothes, or the other way around, of course. Only noticing without any judgment. You don't have to do anything with this. Just notice it. And then you start focusing on your wrists and your ankles. And as you breathe in, you take that breath all the way to your wrists and to your ankles. And this in-breath is new energy, is a natural flow. It gives you space in these limbs. And as you breathe out, you imagine that all tension, other things that have accumulated in those body parts are leaving your body. And you can breathe them out. So breathe in the new, fresh, revitalizing energy to your wrists and your ankles, and breathe out all the old, everything you don't need anymore. And try to follow that for a couple of moments. And slowly you come back, opening your eyes, but keeping your attention inward. We will start with our feet. If you have flexibility, you can lay your right foot on your left thigh. If you don't have that flexibility, you can lay it in front of you. We start first by massaging the feet a little bit. So to activate all the meridians, all the pressure points that you have on the soles of your feet. All your organs have their points here. So we start with the heel. Try to push on the rim of the heel. The whole heel. Just gently push and then making small circles around the rim of your heel. And then on the back of your heel, just push and making small circles by focusing only on your foot. If you've done that, you start at your heel and you push forward to your toes. And inch by inch you move that to the left. Just pushing gently from the heel to your toes. And if you want to do one point again, then do that. You can feel best what your body needs. One point really feels good. Massaging it, and you just repeat that a couple of times. And around here, this little bone. Right. Soles of your feet, warming them up. And being thankful too that they carry you all day. Right. After that, you grab your big toe and you pull gently and let go. And like this, you grab all the toes. And the little pinky. Right. And you roll the ankle a couple of times, both ways. And you place your foot on your mat. And then you go to the top of your foot. And do the same. Just gently massage. Like that. And we go to the left foot. Placing that or in front of you or on your thigh. So we start with the heel. Gently pushing the rim of your heel. And then making small circles. All the attention go to your feet. Then your heel. Doing whatever feels nice. Making small circles. And then starting from your heel, massage all the way up to your toe. Inch by inch, you move to the right. And as said before, if one point feels good massaging, then just repeat it. Round the bone here. The arch. For me that feels really good, so I stick to the arch. And then grab your toes, pull your toes, not too hard, and release. Hoppa. And place your foot on the floor and massage the top of your foot a little bit. You can also go between your toes. Forgot that. The right foot, but you can do that too. You can still do that. Right. Good. So, make a couple of circles with your ankles both ways. Right. Go to the first pose. The first one can be quite a challenge because you tuck your toes under. I'll go around the other side. Tuck your toes under and see how that goes. I mean, if you wear a lot of heels, can be quite painful. So always respect your boundaries. So if this is already enough, then you just stay here. That's perfectly fine. If you have some more space, you can slowly sit down on your heels. See if that goes. And if you're in between, you can perhaps place a block and sit on that. Place between your toes and sit on the block. Find your pose, close your eyes, or pick a point in front of you. And start breathing again. Breathing into your toes. Focusing on your toes, trying to relax them. Breathing out the tension. And do not forget your inner smile. Also listen to your boundaries. If it's enough, then it's enough and you come out of the pose. Chances are that this is quite intense. So listen to your body. Breathe in all the way down to your toes. Breathing out the tension. And coming out of the pose, perhaps you want to rest a bit on your knees, wiggling your toes. Give them some time in order to let the blood flow again. May feel a bit numb or painful, sensitive. That's all okay. It means you've worked it. And give it some time to come back to its natural state. Perhaps pull the ankles a bit. Get the flow going again. All the fluids draw back into your toes. And that can leave it all a bit sensitive because you push them all out. If you notice you start feeling a bit better, then we'll go to the next pose, and that's an ankle stretch. If you're comfortable sitting on your heels, notice how that feels. This is already stretchy enough for your ankles, then you stay here. And if you can have a little bit more, then you can place your hands behind you and slowly lift your knees a bit. You can always put a pillow or a block underneath your knees so you can really relax into the pose. And then you turn your attention inward. If you're comfortable with it, then you can lift your chest up a little bit, opening your heart, making it easier to breathe. And remembering your inner smile, very important. And then you go back to your ankles with your focus. Try to be with your ankles, to relax them. To let go of all the tension you notice there. Breathing in energy, softness and kindness to your ankles. Breathing out tension, the past, and everything you do not need anymore that has been stuck in your ankles. Engaging your abdominal muscles and coming up to sit slowly out of the pose and sit down. And notice any changes in your ankles. Perhaps you want to roll them around a little, or perhaps you just want to sit and notice any changes, any flows of energy or tingling. Very important to take notice of this. These moments are just as important as the poses itself. Whenever you come across the traditional yoga style, the Hatha yoga, then you will notice that after every pose there are a couple of breaths of nothingness, of feeling what the pose did for you and coming back into the balance. And that's very important. Right. Next one. The monkey pose. We go to the wrists. So if you're still comfortable on your heels, sit on your heels. If not, probably not. You come up on your knees and you place your the back of your hands on the mat, fingers pointed to your knees. And just till the point that you feel comfortable, you can lean backwards a bit. Perhaps some of you can sit down, and perhaps some of you think, this is enough. Right, and then you stay there. If you want to add a bit of extras, you can again curl your toes under. And then try to relax every finger. Start at your thumb and then work inward, your index finger. And give them some individual attention, each and every one of them, and for one breath. And then you try to let go of every tension you feel in that finger. You can play around a bit with your hands where they might feel most comfortable, perhaps. It's also next to you, could be. But do not feel any pain in your wrists, just a healthy tension. Not more. Try to relax in that. If you have really pain or too much tension, you will not be able to relax anyway. So keep in mind that 4 or 5 out of 10 regarding the intensity of your pose. Try to keep your attention in your fingers, relaxing each and every one of them. And slowly bending forward and twisting your wrists and slowly come out of the pose. Perhaps you want to move them around a bit. Notice what happens in your wrists. Give them some time to come back to the original state. Don't worry if you feel any strain. That's just a sign that you worked your wrists. If you feel you need some more time, then take that time you need. Now the variation on the monkey pose is the drunk monkey. I'll show you that one. Again, you come on your knees, but now, if you place your hands like this in front of you, you turn them around. So now it's the other side of your hands. Just don't know the word in English, sorry. You place them on the mat, and again your fingers pointed towards your knees. Toes tucked under if that's okay for you, if not, then not. So place them wherever you like, in front of your knees or maybe next to you. And lean backwards as far as is comfortable. And then you hold there for time. Relaxing your elbows. And try to relax your shoulders. You can hang a bit in your shoulders if you like. If your mind wanders off, don't be upset with yourself. Just notice it, what's happening, acknowledge it, and then come back to your body. In this case, to your wrists. And we do not stay too long in this pose because it can be really intense. So slowly folding forward, coming out of the pose, releasing the tension on your wrists. How does that feel? Slowly moving around a bit or holding still. Noticing the difference before and after. So if this was really intense for you, then do it more often, but keep it quite short. So perhaps even 1 minute could be enough already. And slowly you can build that up. Right, next one. It's like a runner's pose. You come on your hands and your knees, and then you curl your toes behind you. Again. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers, making contact with the earth, and then pushing up into a downward dog. Letting your head hang. Lengthen the back of your legs by tilting. No, by bringing your hips up in the air. Your tailbone up in the air. Turning your shoulders inward, not that way, but like this. And perhaps you want to go a bit alternating your knees all the way down to the floor, towards the floor. Right. And then with one elegant swing, swing your right foot between your hands. Your left foot, you can keep your toes curled or flat on the mat. And then you bring your knee forward as far as you can. So you will feel a nice stress in your ankle. Support with your arms. Try to be as relaxed in your shoulders as possible. And then you turn your attention inward. Don't go too deep in the beginning. You can always go a bit further into the pose later on. So give your body some time to get used to this pose. Relaxing your toes. Trying to let go of any tension in your ankles and in your toes. And taking your time to come out of this pose. You can lay down on your belly or sit down on your mat. Moving your ankle or keeping it still, making circles, or maybe soft massage. This can be quite intense for your wrists again to support you, the half of your body weight. So what you can also do is place a chair in front of you and lean on that while you're in this pose. Notice the difference between left and right. Now we'll try the other side. So come back on your hands and your knees, spreading your fingers, placing your hands underneath the shoulders, curling the toes up behind you, and slowly push yourself up. Will not stay here too long, and then in an elegant way swing your left foot and place behind your hands, between your hands. Your right foot flat or curled, and then you bring your knees as far forward as possible, and you feel some stress around the ankle. focus on that part that asks for your attention. As long as there is no pain, you're doing well. And take your breath to that point of attention, bringing it new, fresh, beautiful energy as you breathe in. As you breathe out, let go of any tension or any unwanted debris, emotions, whatever comes up when you focus on that spot in your body that asks for your attention. With each in-breath, you tell yourselves to be a bit more healthy, and they pass on that information just by being there and bringing it new, fresh energy. Nothing more. Breathing out, letting go of tension and anything that is unwanted. All accompanied by your inner smile. Isn't that lovely? Making your way out of this pose, lying down on your belly or sitting down. Noticing any changes, any movements. Some time to rest. Time to be aware of your body, aware of the movements. Perhaps you notice something all the way up to your knees or even to your hips, and perhaps not. And know that everything you do or do not notice is okay, just as it is. So no judgment needed. None, zero. Right. We'll go to the next pose. And that will be a pose the Hindu, yeah, are really good at. They do it naturally all day. So place your feet flat on the floor and then come up. Start here. If you feel a bit uncomfortable, I will turn around. You can place your feet a bit wider apart if this is quite difficult for you, and perhaps you point your toes out and you come sit on your feet. If that's really hard, you can take a rolled up blanket or 2 pillows and place them under your heels. If that makes it more easy. If this is really easy for you, you can bring your feet closer together, perhaps even touch toes. See if that's possible. You can place your hands in Namaste, pushing your knees a bit out, or just place them on your knees or hugging your knees, whatever feels comfortable right now. Then you close your eyes or you pick a point in front of you and you bring your attention inward. Bring your attention to that point that asks for your attention. And try to make that spot softer. In order to make it softer, you need to do the following. Just being there with your attention. And then bring in your inner smile to accompany this. always listening to your own body. If it says it's enough, it's enough. Always be kind to yourself. Coming to sit very slowly. And take a rest. Before we go to Shavasana, we will repeat the 2 wrist poses, or the monkey poses. Not so long, of course. But you can notice perhaps any difference when you're again in this pose. So we start with the normal monkey pose, and you come onto your knees, or perhaps you want to sit down, you're comfortable like that. And you place the back of your hands on the mat, your fingers pointed towards your knees, or a bit more next to you. Whatever you like, perhaps your toes curl. Or your feet flat on the mat. And then notice the difference. Already you can notice something perhaps by coming into this pose. Perhaps it's more sensitive now, or perhaps you can go a bit deeper already. Whatever it is all fine just the way it is. Again, no judgment, only noticing. Breathe into your right pinky, new fresh energy, breathing out any tension. Breathe into your right ring finger, new energy, breathing out any tension. All 10 of your fingers, breathing in and out. And then come forward a little bit and release the tension from your wrists. Does that feel different than the first time you did it? And now for the drunk monkey. The palm, now I know it, the palms of your hands. You place them on the mat and with your fingers pointed to your knees. Or place your hands a little bit more next to you. Just notice how that is for you. Relax your elbows and relax your shoulders. And then relax your wrists, breathing into them, breathing in new fresh energy right down into your wrists, into all the cells, to the smallest particle of your wrist. Just feel it and see it going there. Bringing you openness, light. Breathe out any tension, anything that feels stuck, any emotion that might pop up. Notice it. Feel through the emotion. And then you let it go. Making your way out of the pose, coming up on your knees, releasing the tension from your wrists. And then make your way into Shavasana. Cover yourself with a blanket, if you please. And perhaps you want to have something underneath your knees to lift them up a little bit. Placing your arms alongside your body, your feet a bit, your legs a bit wider than hip width apart, and the back of your hands on the mat. Oh my, this is a beautiful view. I think I won't close my eyes this time. And then you keep your attention inward. Noticing all the movements, every change you made in this session, how small it might be. Try to relax completely. While staying alert, aware of everything in your body. attention to your fingertips. Start moving your fingers, your wrists along with them. Bring your arms overhead and stretch. Maybe a nice yawn. And then waking up your feet. Make your legs as long as possible. Stretch them out and relax. And before you come to sit, you might want to turn on your right side for a bit and lay there. And then make your way into a seated position. We will finish this session with 3 ums. You can along or listen. Breathing in. Thank you very much for joining this Yin session. Hopefully see you at the next one. Please subscribe at my channel. And I won't leave you without some shots of this pretty side. Thank you very much. Bye.